Hara has a really interesting story to share with us. So Hara, can you tell us what is it about? Just a few lines to give us the context.
Let's start with the problem. In our tradition in Greece and other countries, as I know, in Balkans, for example, several breeders, such as the members of the Free Grazing Animal Breeders Association, that is an association of farmers in Greece. So they graze their animals for 8 to 9 months for free, close to the forest or within the forest in Greece. In some cases, they can't monitor the vegetation at all the areas. Sometimes they lose small animals, and sometimes, less times, also the mothers. This is very hard for them, and that's the problem, the two problems, let me say, they asked from us to solve. We thought that we can use, of course, technology, satellite technology, for grass monitoring, but for the animal losses, of course, this technology can be used. We used SFOs, drones. Small flying object is the SFO term. Drones to monitor the area and to find the animals that were lost. But there were some technical problems with it, so we changed the technology. Let's stop here with the brief description of it.
And so what you used, you developed technology using these drones to monitor the grazing and to check on where the animals were. Is that right?
Yes.
And
not all the time, but we were monitoring the animals, and in some cases that animals were lost, we had to find the lost animals with the technology. But here there was a problem. The drone can't fly too far. The drone can't, even after the regulations, the person that flies the drone can't be so far from this flying object. And in some cases, the land surface, let me say, is not normal. So there was a problem here.
It's difficult for people to, it's a rather mountainous area, so it's difficult for people to get to some of the areas where the sheep might be or the goats.
So we found that other devices and also platforms, such as the high altitude platform system named HAPS, HAPS, are devices that are between the drone and the satellite. That means that they can fly in a very high altitude, but they can fly also in a lower altitude that is good for to fly over the mountains with all these surface anomalies, let me say.
Yeah.
They are not anomalies, but anomalies for us to monitor and to work to. So this problem, let me say, with drones, there was an opportunity here to use the newer technology of hubs to better solve the problem.
And how did the forest managers react to it? Did they find it useful, or how did they feel it's helped solve the problem?
Yes, here there is also a difference with, let me say, the main ideas I heard yesterday. We are not working for forest owners, we are working with forest resters. They rest.
Forest residents, yes. So it's actually people living near the forest?
That are farmers that have the ability to use the forest for their animal.
Yes, so actually it's forest users that you're working for. So the people living in the area of the forest, they're allowed to graze their animals in the forest. And they had some issues regarding knowing where the forage was, where the grass was. And also they were concerned about losing animals. So they wanted somehow to track them. Mm-hmm. That's right, huh?
That's right. After that, we found that also this technology, this solution can be used for other applications. We can monitoring wild animals. We can also monitoring monitor. Let me say illegal logging or the collection of plants from forest that is not allowed.
You could also monitor
collection that is not allowed to everyone. I mean, somebody has to. Not everybody can go to the mountain and take everything.
Not everyone is allowed to collect wild plants or wild animals or wood. So in fact, it could be used for bodies controlling, and it could also be used for certification that the collection or the logging was done sustainably in a way.
Certifications, and to check who has the certification or not.
So actually it's a technology.
We are still working because the changing of the technology, etc., is something that costs in time.
Yeah,
of course.
It's
not a problem.
It sounds really exciting. I'm wondering, are other potential users of the technology already using it, or how are you planning to share it for the others who might be able to use it?
We are open. We found some other applications, and we are open now to listen to some other problems that this technology can solve.